And welcome back to Hey, how you doing? I'm Keith, and this is Janet stand-in. Yeah, it looks a little like Janet, but our good friend Janet won't be co-hosting for a while, so I'm going solo. You get me all to yourself. It's a funny story, actually. You see, a year ago, when Janet and I hosted KCAC Channel 12 Evening News, we were big, I'm telling you, Janet decided to do an in-depth expose into meth addiction. Of course, the meth lab exploded live on the air, and after footage of a dozen addicts running around in flames with their hair on fire, it was all over the news, we were fired. Yeah. Then we worked here. Well, it turns out that 3 of those addicts are actually out of the hospital now, and they have sworn revenge on our poor Janet. So she's actually in hiding after the meth heads tried to burn down her home last week. As long as they don't know that she's staying with her grandmother in Liberty Hill, Texas, about 40 miles south of Austin, she should be okay. Yeah. Needless to say, it's been a crazy few days in here, around the world, but the good news is I got the whole green room to myself, and I get Janet's pay since I'm hosting alone. So I'm making twice minimum wage now. Not bad. Keith is back on top. Well, I guess I do sort of have a co-host right here. The producer insisted on this. It's very unsettling. It's like this thing is looking into my soul. I mean, is it really necessary? Can I just host by myself? Fine, I'll do it, okay? I'll do it. I'll make you happy. I'll do this. I do want bottled water in the break room. How about that? If I host with a doll, I want bottled water in the break room, not the Coke cans filled with tap water, okay? Thank you. All right. Shall we? Well, if you need a little cash and you don't mind in getting your hands dirty, there's a great opportunity for you in Florida. And for once, I'm not talking about prostitution. In the Florida's python epidemic, which is still only about the 3rd creepiest thing about Florida, the state is offering cash prizes for hunters who bag the most snakes. Florida Senator Bill Nelson is in on the action, too. He's hunting snakes with over 800 other hunters. Yikes, that's one hunting trip I wouldn't want to go on, huh? Nothing? Lance Armstrong, big story this week. Of course, he's finally confessed to using steroids to win his many races, the Tour de France. Not only that, but investigations are revealing that he used intimidation tactics, even trying to ruin his masseuse's career to keep his doping secret. Woo. Maybe his new bracelet should say, "Live high," huh? Nothing. Anyway, if there's one lesson America's youth should take from all of this, is that drugs equal success. Come on, he's still rich. He's still known around the world. Kids, look at your parents, okay? I bet they don't do drugs. I bet they're sober right now. And I'll bet they're poor as hell. Seriously, I'll have whatever Lance was having. I'm sure by now you've also heard the story of Heisman candidate Manti Te'o's dead girlfriend hoax. Basically, Manti had an online relationship, haven't we all? And he was told that this girl he was dating died the night before playing the big game that got him nominated. Very disturbing news. Now, it turns out that the girl may never have existed, and Manti Te'o was the victim of an elaborate ruse, which means hoax. Poor bastard. At least my online girlfriend is legitimate, right? Yeah. Janet would have said something right there. I'll tell you, Janet was always giving me hell about Tiffany, telling me that Tiffany doesn't exist, that I shouldn't send Tiffany money, and so on. What are you staring at? Stop staring at me, please. This is just creeping me out. I'm a professional newscaster, all right? I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this treatment. I want to especially thank our first sponsor. We don't have Janet. We get rid of Janet, basically, and we get a sponsor. So all is right in the universe. Our very first sponsor is Hatem Tattoos. I want to thank them for sponsoring the show. Sign of good things to come for Hey, how you doing? And, well, I'm Keith. No Janet, and whatever this thing's called. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week. What are you staring at? What the fuck are you staring at? Stop staring at me.